Yes, Donna. I'm here with Rob Silver. He's a Liberal strategist, and like many Liberals in this room, he can't help but smile when he sees that the red paintbrush has been taken to Atlantic Canada. What do you make of those results, Rob?
It's so far a good night. Long way to go. We're just getting Ontario and Quebec numbers starting to pour in, but having done exactly this for Mr. Ignatieff on the election night of 2011, this is better so far. It's extraordinary, and it's not just extraordinary in totality. When somebody like Seamus O'Regan, you know, who was down by 10 points in polls in his local riding and went back to his riding, put his head down and worked his butt off to win that riding, that's why I think so many candidates have won in Atlantic Canada, and that's why I think you're seeing the results. So still a long night to go. We're not taking anything for granted, but so far this is a good night so far, the Liberal Party.
But you were certainly expecting Atlantic Canada to do well.
Expecting it to do well, but not to the extent it's gone. There were some of the riding results, and there's a couple of ridings I think still outstanding. I'm not sure if you've declared them that are outstanding, but there was no expectation that it was going to be, you know, Pedro Martinez 1994 in terms of pitching a shutout or anything like that. So no, I mean it's humbling. It's quite staggering, some of the ridings, some of the results. I don't think anybody is quite expecting this, but I think it's a testament to the campaign that Mr. Trudeau and his entire team have run, and it's obviously resonated with Atlantic Canada. We're going to see whether it resonated to the same extent in Ontario, Quebec, and the rest of the country.
And were you surprised to see the share of the popular vote of the Conservatives and the NDP? They're quite low.
Yeah, a little bit surprised, but at the same time, I think we could sense that there was a real desire for change in this country, that Mr. Trudeau had tapped into that in Atlantic Canada. I'm hopeful, and I think we're going to see similar results, maybe not quite to the same extent in the rest of the country, but I'm not surprised that we're seeing that. I think that we ran on a platform of change for a country that's looking for change after 10 years of Stephen Harper's government, and I think Mr. Trudeau and his team ran a fantastic campaign that resonated with Canadians from coast to coast.
And of course, as you pointed out, in the next few minutes when those results start coming in from Ontario and Quebec, that's when you can have either a real smile or a look of disappointment on your face.
You know, the most gratifying sign of where we are as a party is that this is still an empty ballroom. And the reason it's an empty ballroom here in downtown Montreal is everybody who would normally in the Liberal Party and our culture have already filled this as Atlantic Canadian, from Newfoundland, PEI, been filling in. They're out at the doors. They're still working. They're starting to come here. And I think an hour from now, you're going to see this as a full ballroom. But the culture that Mr. Trudeau, from the top on down through the organization, has created is everybody who would normally be filling this are out working, pulling every single last vote, and that's why we're going to win tonight.